The story starts with two boys walking near Grandma and Grandpa's farm. They're chatting about cars while looking at a car magazine. Suddenly, Grandma spots them and tells them about some chemical spraying happening nearby tomorrow. She suggests them to take a different path to stay safe. The boys agrees, but when they saw Grandpa driving a sprayer, they were amazed to find Ferraris in the countryside. In the next part, Shuta's grandpa got upset with Shuta because instead of bringing someone to help clean the storehouse like he asked, Shuta brought Grandpa. Later, Shuta's grandpa took them to the storehouse and showed them all the things his dad and Grandpa had collected. Shuta found a black box and asked about it, but his grandpa wanted some time to think about it before answering. So, after leaving his grandpa alone, Shuta called the Kitamachi Board of Education to help preserve their cultural items. Later, Shuta's grandpa came out and said he wanted to keep the black box but he will demolish the storehouse. Then, they talked about Shuta's future. Shuta said he wants to move to Tokyo and be a soccer player, but he also thinks staying here and running the family business isn't a bad idea. He even wants to revive Grandpa's farm. When Grandpa heard this, he changed his mind about tearing down the storehouse. He became very emotional about it. Later, Shiori was at the university library, studying for a test in the public area. She remembered a talk she had with her grandpa before and then heard something unusual. When she looked up, she saw her grandpa in the library, which surprised her. She wonders why he was there and discovered that he was studying high school books. That reminded her of a conversation with her grandma about why Grandpa never went to school. When she got home, she thanked her grandpa because she did well on her midterm exam, but Grandpa didn't know why she was thanking him. At school, kids were gossiping about an older couple with silver hair. When they asked Mino about it, Mino says she didn't want to talk and said she had to leave. But later, Shuta and Mino were hanging out at a cafe. They chatted for a bit, and Mino said some other stuff to him. Suddenly, Shuta felt anxious and went to the bathroom. He tried to focus on something else and told himself in the mirror that it wasn't a date. He was just there to study. After that, Mino asked her grandparents to come to the school cultural festival. At first, they said no because they already had plans, but then Grandpa realized their plans didn't clash with the festival, so they decided to go. While they were having a good time at the festival, a bunch of students surrounded Grandma and offered her things like ice cream and juice. But one student accidentally spilled juice on Grandma. Another student who knew someone in the fashion design club took Grandma to change her clothes. But instead of just changing clothes, they treated her like a doll, making her try on lots of different dresses, which ended up being a bit chaotic. When Grandpa walked into the room, he saw Grandma wearing school uniform, which surprised him. They sat down together to eat and had a great time. Grandpa started joking with Grandma, but he was surprised when she started teasing him back. Later, they went to a cafe run by Mino's class, but there weren't any customers. Shuta mentioned that the next class had set up a real ramen shop with their parents' help. Grandpa suggested that he will act as butlers to attract more customers, especially women. His plan worked, and soon people start coming to the cafe and ordering food. After a while, they went to the history part of the school. There, Grandma saw a picture where she recognized some peoples, and mentions that Grandpa would have been there too if he had gone further in school. Then she felt bad and said sorry to Grandpa. While they were talking, they noticed students taking their pictures, so they decided to leave. At other place, Shuta was nervous about asking Mino to the bonfire because Grandma was there. Suddenly, Grandpa appeared, which surprises Shuta. Grandpa asked what was wrong, but Shuta didn't answer. However, Grandpa understood the situation and took Grandma home. After they left, Shuta asked Mino to dance at the bonfire. On their way home, Grandma says she wants to watch a bonfire, but Grandpa replies that they shouldn't because they're adults. Meanwhile, Mino and Shuta are dancing and having fun. Later, Grandma, in front of an hourglass, says they need to become old again for some important government work. She tries to flip the hourglass but accidentally hits it. Then something strange happened. In the next morning, Grandpa turned old again, but Grandma has turned into someone named Sasaki. What will happen next? Find out in the next episode. In the meantime, check out other episodes on our channel and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.